Age Money, and I titled this video "Why I Hate LeBron James." I'm gonna say up front, I think maybe hate's too harsh of a word. I'm just extremely disappointed because I used to be a LeBron fan. I think the basis of my argument really, I think he damaged his legacy. But then also when he's put in this discussion with MJ, Magic, Bird, Kobe, Russell, he doesn't belong there. And that's my whole beef, especially his fans, man. You know, he's King James. He's the chosen one. I'm gonna make a case. LeBron is a great player, but he is not all that, and he has tarnished his legacy to me beyond repair. Okay, I think he can turn things around now in Cleveland, but okay, I'll get in. You'll hear my points. You may not agree with everything, but look, I'm doing this objectively. Understand, I had nothing but love for LeBron when he first came into the league. Okay, right off the bat, like I said, he does not belong in the greatest of all time conversation by no means. There's too many weaknesses to his game, too many things that have happened as far as his decisions and who he's played with to get the rings he's gotten. That you can't put him in that same group. Okay, from the get-go, let me just say some of the reasons why. He is not clutch. He's getting a little better this year. I've seen some flashes, but throughout his career, LeBron has deferred in crunch time. He wants nothing to do with the ball. If you want the best example of this mentality of him being afraid, you go back, I can't remember what year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago though, All-Star game, maybe 1.5 minutes to go, it's late in the game, the West is up, LeBron gets the ball, and Kobe goes up to him and is like, let's go. You know, let's give it to the fans, one-on-one, you and me. And immediately, LeBron passes the ball. Not once, but there was a second opportunity. Same setup. Kobe's on him. Let's go. LeBron passes the ball again. Okay? Now, I can make a little bit of defense because LeBron is a pass-first guy, even though it doesn't ever seem like it at times. He enjoys passing. I've seen videos and documentary type things, you know, about his youth coaches because he was so dominant in youth league, making him fall in love with passing and feeding his teammates. And he does. He does have a love for passing the ball, and that's a great quality. He is great at passing. He's more like Magic in that sense than ever being like MJ. Okay, so, but you have to. If you want to be in that class, in that category of greatness, you have to be an assassin. You cannot be afraid of the moment. Kobe, Magic, Larry, MJ, they give me the ball. I don't care. Put it all on my shoulders. I'm not worried about it. That's one of the reasons. And I bring that up first because I just want to illustrate the difference. This is where I defend LeBron, okay? Because of the generation, the era and he's coming up in as opposed to the other guys, all right? When MJ came into the league, when MJ went to college, you go back to MJ high school career. He doesn't make the varsity team his junior year or sophomore year. And, you know, so from then he had a chip on his shoulder. I'm going to prove to the world. People around his hometown thought he's going to go to North Carolina. He's going to wash out. He's going to be back home. Nobody really, you know, because back then you didn't have social media. You didn't have YouTube videos of, you know, dunks and everything going on. These camps, you know, you heard stories from these camps, the Adidas camps and everything that he went to, but you didn't have the video evidence. You didn't have all these writers looking for the next great one in every pocket of the country. So he was really under the radar. So even then he comes to North Carolina. There's flashes of greatness. It looks like a great player. But he's also, people say Dean Smith's system held him back. He played within the system though. So when he came into the league, nobody really saw the greatest player of all time coming. And he played like that. He played hungry his whole career. He was always motivated by, I'm going to prove, challenge me, tell me I can't do something, watch me. So he always had that chip on his shoulder that drove him. Now, if we look at LeBron, LeBron came up in a different era. Social media, videos everywhere. Everybody, since MJ retired, every magazine, every reporter, now you got independent internet reporters. Everybody's out scouring the earth for the next MJ. And that's really been a weight on every young player coming up. The Grant Hills, the Harold Miners, Kobe even. Everybody, you know, who's going to be the next MJ? So, of course, you got those comparisons as soon as LeBron is coming up. But it starts with LeBron when he's in, like, middle school. I mean, this guy was on Sports Illustrated cover as a high school player. He was being, see, and this is why I defend him, because he didn't come out and start stepping out and he's doing videos and doing interviews saying, I'm King James, I'm the chosen one, I'm going to go be the greatest in the league and take over the league and win champ. No, that was the media created that. They took this young man, they put him on Sports Illustrated. They're airing his high school games on ESPN because he's dubbed by the media as the chosen one, the next great. He's King James. So the hype was put on him. So where MJ was kind of under the radar, people telling him he can't do stuff and he's hungry to prove that wrong, LeBron's motivation was different. All this greatness was heaped on him from day one. So he comes into the league, instead of out to prove something, he's out to not lose it. I don't want to do something to lose this greatness that has already been placed upon me. That's a whole different type of motivation. So that's why you see a guy protecting his image, protecting his perception over going out and creating it. That's what MJ did. I mean, all-star game. Try to freeze me out. I'm a dominate. You know, slam dunk contest. Come out in his Air Jordan shoes and people felt disrespected. Well, this dude got his own shoe, come out with his own shoe. He didn't care. I'm doing interviews. Nobody can stop me. I'm unguardable. He wasn't afraid to talk the talk, to walk the talk, because he was hungry and he wanted to prove to the world, LeBron, careful about what he says. I got to protect it because the image, it's already there. I'm already King James. I'm already the chosen one. I can't lose it. Oh, slam dunk contest now. He never entered a slam dunk contest because what if he did and he lost? That's unthinkable for LeBron. I'm not trying to assassinate his character. But I'm talking about what this does to a young man at such an early age when all this greatness is heaped upon you. Dang, I can't go out here and take a chance of losing a slam dunk contest. Then I'm not going to be King James maybe. There's going to be a chink in my armor. I can't show that. So that's why I gave him a pass early on in his career. Okay, but then LeBron would evolve into this guy where he started marketing himself as that. Sometimes not directly, indirectly, okay, but through his people that are controlling the marketing. You know, I'm King James, the chosen one. You know, getting stuff on his mouthpiece. I mean, just he started marketing. He was going along with it, but he would try to say the right things in the press, maybe act a little bit humble or whatever, because he never came out like, you can't guard me, you can't dominate me the way MJ and Kobe did. So he's protecting that legacy. He doesn't have that hunger. But now here's where his career takes a turn. Starting off early in Cleveland, I'm a fan, I'm rooting for him. He starts getting them to the playoffs, they're improving. It gets to the final, he was completely unmatched to that Spurs team. He had no chance. He didn't have enough people with him. But he got there. He put them on his shoulders and he got there. And then he has his nemesis, the Boston Celtics. KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, that big three. Year after year, he can't get past them. Same way, I'm like, it's setting up beautiful for the legacy. Same way Isaiah in Detroit, they could not get past Larry and the Celtics. Then you had MJ and the Bulls, they could not get past Isaiah and the Pistons. Year after year of losing, but then you come back and you get better and you work, you put in the work, you accept the process. Losing can be a part of the process to greatness. And then you overcome. And that makes it that much greater. And that's what made those legacies of Thomas and the Pistons, Jordan and the Bulls. They overcame. Jordan didn't say, you know what, this is too hard. We can't beat the Pistons. Pippen's doesn't have the heart. These guys aren't rolling with me. I'm going to go play with Barkley. I'm going to go join up with Ewing. That's what LeBron did, man. That's where he lost me as a fan. He should have stayed in Cleveland, trusted the process, and proved his greatness. If he would have stayed in Cleveland and gone and won a couple rings, I'm not doing this video. But it's because he gets on the phone and he teams up with two other great players. Chris Bosh, I say top 30 player, okay, so he's still good. Big piece of the puzzle. But Dwayne Wade, both of them are like top 5 players in the league and they're teaming up. So he's trying to skip the process and take the easy road. So he just disses his home state, his hometown. I'm leaving. I'm going to South Beach. And in the way he did it, you hold a freaking TV show, The Decision, like you're that great. I mean, come on, man. How the ego was just crazy that you think we wanted to watch that. And we did, though. I mean, but it was just ludicrous that the decision. I need to have a TV show to watch you decide where you're going to play. And then you go to South Beach and you're talking about not 4, not 5, not 6. I mean, come on. And then you go, and of course, anytime you have that, players come together, it's not just about the stats, the names. You got to develop chemistry. You got to have a good system to use those talents. And they struggled out the gate, but they made it to the finals. And what happened in those finals? LeBron disappeared. They say, well, it was, hey, trying to defer to D-Wade because they were having trouble, who takes the ball, whatever. LeBron choked. The zone defense of the Mavericks had him frazzled, and he did not want the weight on his shoulders. He deferred to D-Wade, and I was waiting, like, when are you going to take over? Because I hate the Mavs. I'm a diehard Spurs fan. And I'm on Facebook, post, just wait. LeBron's going to show up, and the Mavs are going to lose. And he never showed up. And I'm just, really? So you skip the process, you leave Cleveland, you join up with the Super Friends, and then now you disappear in the finals? So then he goes, and then he gets his ring against Oklahoma City Thunder. And I'm just, you can't deny rings a ring, right? But how did he get it? People want to argue with me like, hey, a ring, he won the championship, you can't deny that, but it's not the same. That ring is not the same as Michael staying with the Bulls, getting past the Pistons, and then beating Magic in the finals. It's not the same. That's like if Jordan would have gone to New York and teamed up with Patrick Ewing, that ring does not carry the same weight as it did when he stayed in Chicago and showed he could overcome, put it on his back, carry this team to the promised land. He skipped that. Okay? Totally. That just disappoints me. It ruins his legacy in my eyes. Never will be the same. Now, real quick, I want to go back because I forgot to say this. I will defend Bron here. When he was in Cleveland, but this also attacks his character at the same time, those fans put too much on his shoulders. Because I could see in those years when they're trying to get past Boston, LeBron was more Pippen than Jordan. But they wanted him to be Jordan. And that's not in his DNA. He's not a clutch player. He does not like that weight on his shoulder. He needs somebody, let me be Magic, and you both be Kareem and make the last shot. That's what he needs. That's what he's built for, okay? He's a great player. He's going to fill up the stat sheets. But in crunch time, he needs Batman to roll with. Let me be Robin and I need a Batman. And they were asking and expecting him to be Jordan. And that was a huge weight. So I felt for him. But then when he checked out in the playoffs, he knew this was his last year in Cleveland, and he checked out. He gave up on that team. He was already gone to South Beach at that moment. And that's disrespectful, man, to the game, to the fans, to his teammates, and that's a lack of character. So that was really the start for me. I'm like, really? You going to check out on your boys like this because you already know you gone? Okay, so then he goes and gets his ring against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then the next year, he stole one from the Spurs, okay? Ray Allen saved him. It's crunch time. LeBron James had like 2 turnovers, 2 air balls. He did make a 3, but when you get the ball come right back to you, everybody knows you miss 1 3, you get the rhythm, and then you make the second one, okay? So, but he shot 2 air balls, had a couple. He didn't want nothing to do with the moment. He lost. He was done. He accepted defeat. And then Ray Allen bails him out with that corner 3 because Ray Allen is a clutch shooter. They go on to win. LeBron does have a good game in Game 7, okay? But I can't explain. LeBron, where Michael, I don't care what anybody else on the team is doing. Even if I'm struggling, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to go get 20 rebounds. He finds a way to do it, but he's going to put it on his back. I'm going to get it done. LeBron, he needs, I think this is the greatest way I can put it. I remember a quote from Michael Jordan one time talking about the difference between him and Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is a great player when he has a pack of wolves with him. Michael Jordan is the pack. He will do it alone. And that's the same thing. So when, Ray Allen saved us, and we in Game 7, people riding with him, we got momentum, he's not afraid in that moment, okay? If it's a regular season game, it's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, we're going on runs back and forth, he's got all the energy and all the confidence in the world, but let it get close in crunch time, that goes away. You cannot be considered one of the greatest of all time if you do that. So then what does he do on the podium after that second ring? Ray Allen bails him out. and he gives a speech all about him, all about how, man, look at me, everybody counted me out, single mom, kid from the ghetto, and here I am. Wow, look at my story. Great story, but really, how about thanks Ray Allen, got it, my boys, D Wade. Hey, we did this as a team. No, it was all LeBron. Look at me. He's holding both his trophies. He's like, yo, what? I told you. Come on, man. No, you can't do that. Michael could do that because he always stepped up to the challenge. Verbally, physically, everywhere on the court, off the court. He told you, I'm going to do this. LeBron is a freaking chameleon. You never know what you're going to get in interviews. He changes all the time. It's like where MJ was MJ, Kobe was Kobe, Magic was Magic. You knew what you were going to get with those guys. They were always themselves. LeBron is constantly playing these different roles like he thinks this role is going to be what they want from me right now. This is going to sound great if I say this. Instead of being who he is. I don't think we ever really know who LeBron is. Okay? I'm talking about like, he comes out. Nobody should ever wear 23 again. I'm changing my number because that's, Michael, the number should be retired. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time or whatever. Now he's in Cleveland wearing 23. So what happened to what you said? He's done interviews where, hey, I'm all about the rings. I want to win championships. And then he does an interview where it's just basketball. You know what? Life is more important outside of basketball. This is just basketball. Championships don't mean it all. That's not everything to end all be all. What? Make up your mind, dude. Are you King James and you're not afraid to say it? Do you care about championship? Is it just basketball? Should MJ? Come on, man. He's so immature. He's out there playing a role. He's skipping the process. And then here we go. 2 rings. Barely get by San Antonio. Who do they meet the next year? San Antonio. San Antonio dominates them. And then we have the cramp game. It's hot. It's hot for everybody. Every other player on both teams still competing. LeBron cramps up and he's out of the game. Come on, man. Oh, I've always had problems with cramps. Man, you got no heart, dude. Isaiah Thomas scored 30 points in a quarter on just a whole twisted up ankle. Okay, he could barely play the next game. Heart. He's never shown that. He tries to create it because, God, man, he is the world's worst at milking an injury or something that happens in the game. And a lot of times it's not even a real injury. You can watch and somebody's hand touches his face and for the next 6 minutes he's holding his eye. Before free throws, he's got to remind the camera, I'm hurt, but I'm great because I'm still playing through it, my leg, my hamstring. And God, he flops all the time. And then sometimes they'll show the replay. He gets hit in his shoulder, but he's holding his eye. It's horrible, man. You'll never see that. MJ got beat down by the Pistons and the Knicks. He ain't never flop. He ain't never holding. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. LeBron James would have been humiliated and destroyed by the bad boy Pistons. Oh, man. You don't understand. There's different eras, man. The stuff that MJ had to put up with. LeBron cries when somebody breathes on him, man. So he got dominated. What does he do? Peace, I'm gone. Instead of, I was like, okay, here's your chance, LeBron. Redeem yourself, okay? You've just won 2 championships with your boys, but you've also lost 2. But you've been riding with Bosh and Wade. You came here to win, not 4, not 5, that's what you came for. That's what you promised the fans. So now it's hard again. That's what life is. That's what basketball is. It gets hard. You have to overcome. That's what makes great players great. That's how you get into that top 5. That's how you get into the greatest of all time conversation. Not by saying, it's hard again. Now I'm going to go back home to Cleveland. And then he hoodwinked. All the fans just bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. At least he did better this time. He wrote a letter instead of doing a TV show. Okay, but within the letter, he's trying to pull your heartstrings. My heart's always been in Cleveland. That's my hometown. Gotta go back. Never really wanted to leave. I used to be all about, I was just chasing the rings. I mean, he said that himself, but his fans still want to defend it. He was chasing rings. He was a mercenary for hire, chasing rings, skipping the process. That tarnishes your legacy. That takes you out of the MJ conversation right there alone, okay? So he said he's chasing rings, but now I'm ready to go back to Cleveland. Welcome me back because, hey, that's where my heart is. I'm going to go do things the right way. All the while he's hoodwinking because he already has all the plans in motion. You already got Kyrie Irving. He already knows he's going to have control because Dan Gilbert is going to be afraid to ever lose him again. He's going to have say-so. He's going to have so much power with this. And he's already put into motions Kevin Love coming. So now he's going from one big three to a new big three. He's going from D-Wade's old aging knees to Kyrie Irving's young, energetic. Then you got Kevin Love coming. So now it's not... I was so excited, a little bit excited, because, okay, here's your another chance. You're going to have a young squad. Andrew Wiggins comes. You can let him develop under you. Develop Kyrie. Be that leader. You know, just be a number 7, number 8 seed for a couple of years and build this team. And then when you lead this team to a championship, I'm going to give you some props. But he already knew he was going to another stacked team. And then look, they're going for broke. They've made some huge moves. Shumpert, J.R. Smith. So and they're playing well. And LeBron's playing well. But then let's look at LeBron's character this whole season, man. He has disrespected his coach. He has disrespected his teammates in the media. In the games, he's disrespected his coach. There was one game early in the year. I can't remember who they were playing. I think maybe Portland. But they're losing. And they're not moving the ball. They're going one-on-one. And LeBron checked out, admittingly so, like he's going to teach the young players a lesson. I'm not going to say I'm going to let them do what they do. But come on, man. MJ would have never sat back and watched people fail. Give me the damn ball and get out of my way if you guys don't want to play. That's what MJ would have done. So you can't be compared to that because you checked out and left your boys to just go lose. And I mean, David Blatt, he's made so many oh yeah, I guess he's my coach. You know, who else is? But he's calling plays. David Blatt repeats them. I mean, there's no respect for this coach. You're disrespecting Kevin Love, and then here he goes again. You never know what he's about. He sends out the tweet. Quit trying to fit in or fit out and fit in, or whatever it was. Obviously directed at Kevin Love. So he denies it at first. They stop. The reporters go away. One person stays behind, and he tells this reporter, "No, I was talking to Kevin Love." Stand up and be a man, dude. If you were trying to send a message, don't tweet it first off. Go talk to Kevin Love one-on-one like a man. But if you're going to say it, stand behind it because there's nothing wrong with saying, yo, we need you to fit in. There's nothing wrong with you being the leader of the team and saying this. But LeBron, that's LeBron. He's afraid to say the wrong thing and tarnish his image or whatever. And he's freaking saying stuff all the time, contradicting his own self every step of the way. But he's playing good ball. He is. And I've watched some games where he's passing brilliantly. Okay? And he's got this team playing well. Him calling the plays is not a formula for me. It's going to lead to a championship. Okay? I honestly don't think they're going to get out of the East this time. But I'm impressed with how he's brought this team together. Even though they stacked it up. He had a new big three. Still, he had to bring, and he's brought it together well. Okay? So I'm going to give him credit for that. But he cannot be in the conversation. I'm sorry, people. MJ is the greatest player of all time. Kobe is the closest thing to him. LeBron will never be there. He's tarnished his legacy. His rings have come because he's chased rings and joined up with other players. He's not clutch. He's afraid of the moment. And then when you try to compare him to MJ, I'm going to put together a tape. I'm going to start recording, especially through the playoffs. I'm going to record game after game so I can put together a video of LeBron James when he drives to the basket. LeBron James commits an offensive foul on almost 90% of his drives to the basket. So we're Allen Iverson, MJ, Kobe using skill, crossover, quick first steps to get to the hole. LeBron James used an NFL swim move with his offhand almost every time. He's 6'9", 250 pounds. And most of the time, guys that are guarding him are smaller than him. If he puts out his offhand and uses an NFL swim move, he's going to get to the hole. Is that skill? Does that deserve to be compared to Michael Jordan? No. That's like trying to compare Shaq to Hakeem Olajuwon. Shaq was big. Shaq had some skills. Nothing like Hakeem the Dream, man. Hakeem the Dream scored with all my footwork, skills, touch. Where Shaq just overpowered you because of his size. And a lot of times, that's what LeBron does. He's just big. Not to take nothing away, he's still a great player. But to me, he's just like a Scottie Pippen with size. Okay? Scottie Pippen with size that can run through people. You get to the rim because you're big and you use a swim move and nobody calls you for it. Please, go watch. Pay attention. Just next time you watch a game, okay, I don't agree with this dude. I love LeBron, but let me watch and see if LeBron reaches out and grabs the guy and swims through and doesn't get called for it. That's not greatness, man. He'll never. Like I said, I defended him. Different era. He's afraid to lose what has been heaped upon him, where MJ was hungry, out to prove the world wrong because nothing was given to him. So that dynamic is where I defend LeBron. But then as his career has gone on, he's made mistake after mistake that has just tarnished his legacy forever. You can't just go chasing rings and joining up with super friends. And I mean, come on, you can't just, okay, I'm going to South Beach to win. And now, oh wait, now my heart was always in Cleveland. You can't keep going back and forth. Find out who you are. Be you, and then you will have my respect again. Okay? Until then, that's why I hate LeBron James. I'm so disappointed in this dude. Because he had a legacy trajectory to be there, to be in that conversation. I still would have never put him with MJ because, like I said, he's more magic than MJ because he passes the ball. He loves passing the ball. Great player, but never will be considered greatest of all time. He never should be in that conversation. Ever. Still, right now, to this day, I believe Kobe Bryant's the best player in the league because he's an assassin. He's a killer. He's not afraid of the moment. He's dealing with injuries and age right now. Just more examples of LeBron skipping the process. Here he is now. He wants less games. He wants the season shortened. He wants a longer All-Star break and things, which they got. So, I mean, it's like everything. Oh, we're getting too tired. The Olympics and all this or whatever. Stuff that all the players of the past have always embraced and attacked with nothing but commitment. He is finding ways to, wait a minute, this is too many games. You know, it was too hot in the Spurs. I mean, what? Come on, man. Play. Face adversity, stare it down, and go for greatness. Quit quit flopping, quit making excuses, and then you know, excuse after excuse and skipping process, but then you want to heap it all on yourself. You admit you're chasing rings, you join up with the super friends, Ray Allen bails you out, and it's all about you. No, man, quit. Now, I have to clear, because I've had people that I've argued with, like I'm assassinating his character off the court. No, I'm not. For about everything that I know, he's never been in any trouble. Great husband, great father. We've seen examples of him being a great father. Good God, man. I'm not knocking him. I'm talking about everything as it pertains to basketball. I think he plays a role. I think he's scared of the moment. I think he wants greatness, but he doesn't want to go get it. He just wants it given to him. Okay, my phone ran out of space. Video cut off, which is probably good because I get a little passionate. I was probably just rambling. So let me just go ahead and wrap this video up. Have respect for LeBron James. Great player. Just think he'll never be in the top 5 conversation, even top 10. He's not, never should be compared to MJ. It's not his character. It's a different era. He's in a weak Eastern Division. He's had that on his side throughout all of this. It's made everything easier. He looks for the easy road, chases rings, mercenary for hire. He contradicts himself always in the media. I mean, just one more example. Like you had Kobe. You put LeBron in Kobe's situation when Shaq left. LeBron would have been right out the door behind him, trying to find somebody else to team up with. Where Kobe was like, no, this is what I want. Because people are saying, Kobe took offense to people saying, you're only winning rings because you got Shaq with you. Kobe's like, no, good. Shaq's leaving. Watch me. I want to go show the world I can win them on my own. I can be the man. LeBron doesn't want that. He had his chance. He could have stayed in Cleveland and been the man. He needs somebody else. That's what he looks for. Nothing wrong with admitting your weaknesses, but that's not what he does. He's not admitting. He still portrays himself, I'm King James, I'm this and that. He holds his trophies, you know what? He's not saying, you know what, I'm not Michael Jordan. I'm not that type of player. You know, I'm going to be Robin to a Batman. He's afraid to admit his weaknesses. But he's also afraid to completely put himself out there and talk the talk. So I just can't respect that the way I respect some of the past greats. So I'm just point blank, wrap it up. LeBron, great player, but will never go down as one of the greatest of all time and should not be in that conversation. So to all the haters, I mean, well, basically all the LeBron lovers, consider me just a hater. have at it. I'm not a hater. Like I said, I'm being objective. I used to love this dude. I just hate the way he's, in my eyes, and you might not see it this way, in my eyes, he's damaged his legacy. So, yo, so basically, yo, you call me a hater, you get the ham, you're killing me, Smalls, but hey, hopefully you see that I'm just looking at things objectively and I'm giving my opinion. I'm not trying to disrespect or assassinate this man. There's just things about him that disappoint me. So I'm gonna end it with that. And as always, God bless. Peace. Okay, my phone ran out of space. Video cut off, which is probably good because I get a little passionate. I was probably just rambling. So let me just go ahead and wrap this video up. Have respect for LeBron James. Great player. Just think he'll never be in the top 5 conversations.